per square yard, the highest decibel count in all outdoor sports arenas. Autzen Stadium, home of the Oregon Ducks. Today, Oregon at 7-1 on the season. Their only loss to USC. Take on the California Golden Bears here at Autzen Stadium. They still carry postseason ideas as well. Coached by Jeff Tedford, a longtime offensive coordinator and friend of the Oregon coaching staff himself. We have the black cloud of losing Kellen Clemens, Dan, and that put young Dennis Dixon right in the hot seat.
Well, this will be Dixon's first start, and he's got to rely on his natural instincts, which include a lightning quick release, 4.4 speed in the 40, but he also must realize he doesn't have to make every play by himself. He is surrounded by a wealth of talent in seniors Terrence Whitehead, Tim Day, and Demetrius Williams. Those seniors want to keep these Ducks flying.
Well, the California Bears offer a quarterback that's involved in his first start in these circumstances, Joe Ayoub, and it can be a disarming experience, but we all know California hopes to run the ball.
Well, they should run the ball. They do it the second best in the entire conference. They're led by a couple of talented runners. Number 10, Marshawn Lynch, is most dangerous because of his ability to make quick cuts and then get down that sideline. Backup Justin Forsett is averaging better than 8 yards a carry, and that's second best in the entire nation to SC's Reggie Bush. If the rain and weather is a factor today, both Lynch and Forsett will be major factors for Tedford's Bears.
Well, Keith, you're exactly right. This is prime duck flying weather, but unfortunately, Mike Bellotti says the advantage goes to Cal. Now, all week in the Berkeley area, the weather was perfect. Not a cloud in the sky, Indian summer. So what they did for quarterback Joe Ayoub, they took footballs, dipped him in water, and had him practice throwing a wet ball. I talked with Ed Garland, who is the 20-year assistant equipment manager up here. He said he threw the best ball he's thrown all year long. So look for Ayoub not to be affected by the weather. Now, you think this would have really benefit the Oregon Ducks? Mike Bellotti says not a chance. They are a better running team, and he wouldn't be surprised if their longest pass is about 6 inches. Handoff, handoff. He's expecting a steady diet of that. He was so confident in his team's ability, though, to play in the rain. He did not let them practice in that multi-million-dollar Mashofsky Indoor Center. He had them practicing in this weather all week long.
That's a tough one to handle. It's hooking, and it goes out of bounds. It'll come out to the 35-yard line for the California Golden Bears. One of the interesting factors that we want to watch early on is how young Joe Ayoub handles this stadium noise. It's the first time that he's been exposed to it. His numbers set apart are impressive in his first year at this level, but in some of the games he has run into some flat times, and that has cost his coach an extra pack of gum. Jeff can really work that stuff when the tension builds up, and we expect there will be tension on this field and in this game today. It might well be they are so evenly matched, come down to the last mistake loses. Here's the first play of the ball game now for the Bears with Marshawn Lynch, the deep back, and the crowd starts to come up as California goes to the offense. Dropped it, covered it. He never got away from center with a snap. So Phillip, the center, and Ayoub, the quarterback, don't handle the ball cleanly. They're going to lose a yard. The starting lineup's presented by Questor. Backs and receivers, the Bears have the double bang at running back in Marshawn Lynch and Justin Forsett, and they get back their speedsters, Jordan and Jackson, at wide receiver. The offensive front, Ryan O'Callahan at right tackle today. Concussion broke his string of 30 consecutive starts. It's a pretty good group. Second down, 11 for California. This time they handle it all right. Give it to Lynch, and Lynch is tackled. He's going to lose a little more as Matt Toina comes in and locked his legs and brought him down. The Oregon defense, Halute Nata is the main disruptor inside. Got a sore ankle, but when he puts his mind to it, he'll step past that. He's an eruption. Devin Long at defensive end, a load too. Ducks defense is better. Linebackers a very big part of it. Anthony Trucks is listed as a strong safety. Also plays in what is considered a linebacking position. The secondary has done very well this year. They have 13 interceptions, leading the Pac-10. Ayoub's first pass of the ball game thrown to the sidelines. It came down out of bounds. Robert Jordan went up to get it. The pass was sharp, but it was too far to the outside, and he couldn't bring it. Loney, the Aussie, is the lanky fellow doing the punting for California. He's a good one.
And now a penalty on 4th down, so this will back the Bears up even farther.
False
Starts every game.
False start. Offense number 21. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
And that's just not any player. That's Donnie McCleskey, the great senior safety.
All right, they get this one away. And it's a spinner down to the 32-yard line. Tennessee has the block. Now the Bears recover and get him at about the 37-yard line. There was a moment when it looked like he might have a lane. They will simplify things today, I'm quite sure, for young Dixon, but he is a bona fide threat running the ball, and he sometimes will give up on a pass maybe a little too soon to run it. We'll see how it goes. Ducks open up with 3 wideouts, 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom, and 2 backs. The one back being the quarterback working out of the shotgun or out of a spread formation, if you will. That's the standard alignment. There's Dixon pulling it down and having a hook slide across the 40 and out of bounds at the 41-yard line. He didn't wait very long to see what was developing downfield. The Cresta starting lineup, backs and receivers. The man with the ability to ease the pressure on Dixon is Terrence Whitehead, the senior tailback. He's backed by a big freshman, Jonathan Stewart. And the offensive front, this group has held up pretty well with this new offense. The right side of this offensive line, among the biggest in the country. Marshawn is 6'6", 340. Jeff Schwartz, 6'7", 366. They'll run it here with Whitehead. Whitehead's a good one, and he weaves behind his blockers, and he's got a big gain all the way down to the 20-yard line. They'll put him on the 21 before Harrison Smith finally ran him down.
Key block on the play by tight end Tim Day, one of those seniors. There you can see him congratulating Whitehead for getting out in front there. Whitehead is such a patient runner. The block by Colvin right here, and there's Day with the seal. Demetrius Williams is downfield. Block set up perfectly, and then look at Whitehead refuse to go down until he gets to the 20-yard line.
Dixon on that long snap, and the penalty flags and the whistle before the ball was snapped.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense number 60, 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Max Unger got a little quick on it. California defense, Matthew Malele starts at 1 tackle and Abu Miafala at the other, with Brendan Mebane, the very good tackle, down still for California with injury. The linebackers, freshman there and a junior college transfer in the middle in Bishop. The secondary season, though, they're all juniors and seniors, and they're the ones that had to track down that last play after a 38-yard pickup. 5-yard penalty moves it back to the 26. A ball thrown on the ground by Dixon, incomplete as Bishop came boring through. California has put Brendan Mebane in the ball game now. He's dragging a leg, but he's a very good defensive tackle. That ball is pitched outside to Whitehead. Whitehead is gang tackled as he picks up close to 5 yards on that carry. It was 2nd down and 15. Now it'll be 3rd down and about 10. This guy is one tough dude.
Yeah, and he gets penetration. A lot of tackles behind the line of scrimmage, including 4.5 sacks on the year.
Call it 3rd down 11 now for the Oregon Ducks, and they're 3 wide at the bottom of the picture, 1 at the top. So there's 4 wideouts to choose for. Dixon chooses in a hurry, goes to James Finley. Finley trying to get to the sideline, and he gets just over the 20 and out of bounds at the 19, where Harrison Smith knocks him out of bounds. So we get a field goal try now from Paul Martinez. Did you ever hold that?
Just in practice, Keith.
That's why you got all your fingers still.
And my brains.
37-yard try here. Brady Leaf, the other quarterback, the backup, holding for Martinez, and the kick is wide. So the Ducks come down, get 1 big play, have a chance to get 3 on the board, and don't get the field goal. Now they're being summoned onto the field. Jeff Tedford, talking about the experience of playing in front of this crowd, and his young quarterback had this comment last night.
I warned him about what the atmosphere is going to be like. That I remember Carson Palmer made a mistake one time of coming in here and raising his hands and getting the fans going, and boy, they can respond. So we're going to go in there and we're going to have to communicate, and it's going to be an experience for him.
First snap of the game, he dropped the ball, but since then he's handled it all right. Gives this ball away to the deep back, Marshawn Lynch, and the Ducks eat him up after a 1-yard pickup. Second down and 9 for the Bears from the 21. Had a little bit of a hole, but it closed in a hurry just when Lynch wanted to start his cut back to the left side. There was Nata. Got a piece of him, and down he went. Halote has been a very mild-mannered giant at times, but lately I think the temper's beginning to show.
Well, and he's playing against his cousin, Marvin Phillip. And they had quite a battle last year down at Berkeley. Nata, a better player right now than he was last year.
One wide top, one wide bottom.
And another false start, Keith.
Double tight end arrangement with the single wides at the top and the bottom, and there was movement along the front.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense number 61. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
And a secondary that has 13 picks. Dumps it off. And it's a pretty good effort by the ball carrier to get as far as he did. Lynch, Marshawn Lynch is a guy that fights for every yard or every foot that he can get. And that may or may not be good because he has been dinged up a couple of times, maybe because Tennessee going back, number 31, to return the punt of David Loney. He handled it one while ago. Loney's first punt was 40 yards, and Tennessee brought it back about 7. Low kick gives Tennessee some room. First block good, second block. Third man got him up at the 45-yard line, but he made that reception back around the 31 or 2 and comes back to the 45. Coach Mike Bellotti on Oregon's new quarterback, Dennis Dixon, had this to say.
I'm sure there's going to be some excitement early on, but I think he's really prepared. I think he's well prepared himself in terms of just the mental aspect of it. And, you know, there'll be some things we're going to go, wow, and there's going to be some things we're going to go, wow.
We've already had that. First down and 10 at the 46-yard line for Oregon. No score in the ball game. First quarter of play at Eugene. Ball is given to Terrence Whitehead, caught behind the line of scrimmage, and he will lose a couple of yards. Very good penetration by Tafisi for California.
Well, it's really a waiting game for Cal on defense to see just how conservative Oregon will get with Dixon running the offense. And so far, aside from that fine run by Terrence Whitehead, the 38-yarder, Cal has figured out the wide game for Oregon.
Quite holy yet. They're pretty effective themselves. Here's Dixon's pass, strong into the ground. They're down at the 11 now for Oregon. Spread them out, don't they? Sideline to sideline. Dixon looking around, lets it go down the middle. Pass is completed down at the 41-yard line to Demetrius Williams.
Ball came loose, but the official saying he was down before the ball popped loose. And this is exactly what the Ducks needed, a conversion on third down. Third and about 12. Demetrius Williams will find the hole, number 6, right over the middle. And look at that tight spiral by Dixon. Best throw of the day.
Now that could have been a fumble.
That could have been a fumble, no question about it. Didn't look like his knee was down before that ball came out.
It's first and 10 at the 41-yard line, California side of the field. Ball thrown to the outside, and there's a very good defensive play on Terrence Whitehead by Donnie McCluskey.
I expect that out of McCluskey. He's the second leading tackler for the Bears. Out of his strong safety spot, we've seen him already today make a couple of critical tackles in the open field like that.
Dixon goes to the sidelines, has a man uncovered out there, and he's got a first down and then some. That's a great run by Whitehead. And for the second time in this first quarter, Whitehead has made a big play to put the Bears down, knocking on the door at the California 18-yard line.
Whitehead is so good in the open field because of his ability to make guys miss. As he comes out on this swing route, number 56 is Zach Follett, and he's going to go sliding out of bounds there. Sharp cut. Whoop, there goes another one. And then finally it takes McCluskey to bring him down after that 24-yard gain. Check that. That's Greg Van Hoosen that had the slip out of bounds on Whitehead.
On the 18, first down Duck. Second time they've been down here now with no score in the first quarter. Dixon has a protector back there. Whitehead throws and the ball is dropped. Picked up. It was ruled a fourth down. He's their go-to guy. Pressure coming. Dixon's very fast. I mean, he has sprinter speed, and he gets out of bounds and avoids the abuse, but he's going to lose back to about the 23. And it was Brendan B. Bain who looked pretty healthy on that. Comes a little harder to run it out of the spread offense, so when you get down tight quarters, it sure does. Real estate to walk on. Dixon looking around. Going down the middle. Got it. Touchdown. Williams, Demetrius Williams.
And all Williams did on that play was beat double coverage. It was a cover 2 zone. He got inside the corner and then shook Donnie McCluskey. Watch from the right side of the screen. Good pass protection for Dixon. And then a strike over the middle. Good and low. Williams is in the end zone for the 9th time this season.
Now the point try by Martinez. This one. So Paul Martinez makes the point and makes it a 7-0 Oregon lead over the California Bears, with Demetrius Williams scoring the touchdown on a bullet from Dennis Dixon. Quarterback talking with the boss upstairs. Happy with the circumstances as the team goes to a 7-0 lead.
Time for our Nissan drive summary, and Demetrius Williams, a big player on that drive, caught a 15-yard pass on a 3rd and 12, and then that 23-yard strike from Dennis Dixon on a 3rd and 15.
And Evenson kicks it off with Lynch and O'Keefe waiting for it. And it's taken at the 6-yard line by Marshawn Lynch. Got a pop. Off the shoulder pad and bangs it on out across the 35, and they stop him at the 39. All right, the third possession for California. They're trailing 7-0. Lavelle Hawkins is in the ball game at a wideout now. He was the man that caught the winning touchdown against Washington State in the last few seconds. This is Lynch. And Marshawn Lynch getting good blocking, goes around the corner, turns it back into the traffic, and picks up another 5 and puts it on the Oregon side of the field for the first time today.
Yeah,
Chris Mandarino, the blocking.
Yeah, and Lynch going to the outside where he finds a lot of room. Well-designed play by Jeff Tedford.
California couldn't believe that he was still available when they found him and invited him, and he came, and he's happy, and he's good. And he'll pick up 6 yards on that carry. Anthony Trucks his first tackle of the day.
Line backwards. It'll be a great battle up front. You can see the size, and again, on the outside, you got those 2 big guys on the right side, Mers and O'Callahan.
Ayuk quickly stands up, throws, pass is caught by Hawkins. Hawkins, who's a teammate of his at the City College of San Francisco. Got Haverly moving over into the middle linebacker spot right now as they're trying to make some adjustments. Nick Aliotti trying to keep his defense moving with the California offense. Ball is handed to the right side, and again it's the indication of what the Oregon coaches were talking about, that these backs like to run the ball to the outside, and Mandarino opened the door for the running back that time. Lynch is the deep guy. They're rotating those running backs, keeping them fresh. It's a cool day, so I don't think they'll be wearing too thin. You got Forsett in there now with Lynch. Ayuk looking for help. And now throws it after he stepped out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds back at the 31-yard line. Ball was picked off by Oregon's Gipson down in the corner near the end zone.
Now the question is, did he step out before he cut this ball loose?
It's close. I thought he did.
Let's take a look at it. There's big Haloti Ngata, number 96, missing. Ayub, that's a great call. He was inbounds. His body was out of bounds, but he was in the air. That foot is inbound, so this play is going to stand if this is ruled a catch. And it was.
The ruling on the field is being reviewed.
This is a forward pass, number 1. Now, whether it's intercepted or not is the question. Does a toenail get down?
Looks like it.
Yeah, the other thing is it doesn't look like there's any evidence that could overturn the call on the field, which was interception. But right here, Ayub's just got to step out of bounds.
Yep. No reason. He threw a knuckleball, took everything off of it, made it an easy ball for Gipson to catch, and Aaron's having a good year.
And you know, when you throw a ball that doesn't spiral, it stays in the air longer. It flutters in the air. And as you said, Keith, Gipson came over, picked up his 5th interception.
There's no question about that one, I don't think.
Yep. Okay, now if we slow it down and then just freeze it here, watch his left foot. Right there, it appeared that the toe did hit the ground inbounds.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Interception.
So California's turned away. Aaron Gipson making the interception on a bad pass thrown by Joe Ayub. And here comes Oregon now with Williams coming down to the bottom of your picture, standing on the goal line. Right there. He was the fellow who caught the touchdown pass for the Ducks to give them the 7-0 lead. You've got 3:37 to play now in the first period.
Now he's going to move up under center to make sure of this exchange.
Jordan Kent is in the ball game and a wide out up at the top of the picture. That's the son of the basketball coach, Ernie Kent. Puts it in the air, and it's toward Kent. And he is blocked away from it. He can't come back to it. Very good defensive play by Damian Hughes. He never gave Kent the opportunity to come back to the ball. Now 3. Let's be careful, country. They hand it off. Running back, wiggling around. That's Whitehead. Terrence Whitehead, a little bit bigger than you might think. 5'10", 224-pound senior. From the 6. Ball thrown short of the first down marker. Catch is made by Garen Strong. They've got the so-called shield now, the big people up there, 3 of them. Once that ball passes them, goes to the punter, they step in and form the shield in front of him. They block it! They blocked it! It's out of bounds at the 1-yard line. California ball, Thomas DeCoo. He went outside the shield. They didn't see him, and he blocked it.
Well, Pete Alomar, special teams coach, told me they were going to send a couple of guys at the shield, Storr and Moy, and then from the outside you will see number 4 coming, and he goes around the shield. So you occupy the big guys, you send the fast DeCoo at 6'3", 200 pounds, and he blocks it out of bounds, and the Bears will have it at the 2. Really a well-designed block by Cal.
That's a 1. Mandarino in front of Marshawn Lynch. Lynch hit right at the line of scrimmage, but you get the arms up. Touchdown, California. Eberle had him, but he's a big, strong guy, and he powered his way over the goal line. And again, give that big offensive line credit for the surge that helped him get there.
You know, the interesting thing about blocking that punt is one of the guys that's usually in the shield is Haloti Ngata at 340 pounds. Well, they replaced him with Josh Shurji, and you can see the result. Cal with a big play.
The extra point try now for Tom Schneider. Good. And we're tied at 1:54 to go in the first quarter of play at Autzen Stadium in Eugene. It's 7-7.
We hope you're enjoying this ESPNU Encore presentation. ESPNU is your 24-hour home for all college sports. Due to time constraints, we now move you ahead in the action.
Go to the second quarter now here at Autzen Stadium in Eugene. A 7-7 tie between the Oregon Ducks and the visiting team, California Bears. Oregon operating out of the spread formation. They own the football. Second down and 6. The ball is just inside the 20-yard line of California. Dixon throws to the sideline. The ball is caught by Jason Williams. And that will be a first down.
Bellotti tells me a whole lot of things. I mean, he sees that I'm young, but for the most part, like I said, stay within the offense, do what I do best, and my slogan. First down, touchdown, get that.
It's an example of not reading the defense because that play was covered from the get-go.
Zach Pollack is all over. Want to watch for 6. Williams, he's working on the inside. He goes the other way with it. The ball is caught and hammered. James Finley. Wham.
Great quick reaction by number 22. But you can see the ball kind of hung in the air. Finley had to reach back for it. Dixon was playing way off, so it was a good read by Dixon, just poor execution on the pass.
They gained a yard on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 9 now for Oregon at the California 13. It's a 12. Make it a 12. Drops it off. Oh, he's lucky to get that one back.
I think you got to block this guy. This is Brandon Mebane. He's the best defensive lineman for Cal, and he just goes right around Inoka Lucas. Ducks are lucky that wasn't picked off.
And try to give the Ducks the lead for the second time today. That lead he's got on it could put him into a reverse pivot.
And another miss.
Now he got it in.
Whoa. Whoa.
He just barely got it in.
They're lucky these goalposts aren't 4 feet taller, or that might have banged off the right upright.
Ducks 10, California 7.
ESPNU is your 24-hour home for all college sports. Due to time constraints, we now move you ahead in the action.
Dixon fakes the handoff. Now running from the pressure. And goes out of bounds to avoid the punishment. But he's going to lose 7 yards.
Yeah, he's got to realize that when you're out there, just toss it out of bounds. Throw it to Jeff Tedford.
And the ball is at the 30. Where it is 2nd down and 17. Flips it outside, trying to get a little misdirection going. Kyle Weatherspoon with it. And he gets banged out of bounds just over the 35. So, Stewart is the obvious heir apparent. Look at this. They're spread from sideline to sideline. Dixon back there all by himself, but the Bears can't manifest any pressure except they intercept the pass. It's picked off by Brandon Hampton, who's going down the sidelines, got 2 blocks to the goal line. They won't give it to him. They'll put him down just short of the goal line. Demetrius Williams was the man who saved the touchdown. And there's a flag back up the field.
Well, this ball will come back, an illegal block, chop block on the return, but it will be Cal ball.
After the interception, during the run back, block below the weight, number 99, 15-yard from the bottom of the foul, first down.
But look, it's just a 3-man rush for Cal, and Dixon just staring down his receivers, and Hampton can see him looking for Weatherspoon. And now he's down the sidelines almost all the way to the end zone. But the 15-yard penalty will back this ball out all the way outside the 40-yard line.
.41-yard line of Oregon, Cal's ball. AU Puts it up, and it's incomplete. Deshaun Jackson could not track it down. Aaron Gipson was covering on the play for Oregon.
And Ayoub throwing with the wind at his back, trying to get the ball all the way down there to Jackson. Jackson with great speed goes right by Aaron Gipson, but just a little bit too much on that pass.
In the first half. Second down and 10. Lynch carries a couple of yards on second down. The wind is going to pick up, they say, about this time, about 2 o'clock. And it may rain. I believe the adjective was heavily. Third down and 8. Boy, he threw that thing on the line, and it's going to be good for a first down inside the 25-yard line. Robert Jordan went up and just absolutely swallowed it.
Pass protection, and Ayoub getting back on a 5-step drop, planting that back foot with a clear throwing lane, and then staying on top of the ball. This ball is going to be dry on one side of it. You just have to figure out what side, because the officials put the ball down on the ground. Obviously, the ground is wet.
And the Bears haven't given up yet. They're still trying to cash in their turnover. The ball is at the 23 of Oregon. Pitch it out to Lynch. Got a terrific block from Mandarino. And Lynch is around the corner for another first down.
Attack as he got that time from Mandarino. Number 27 is Mandarino, and he takes out A.J. Tuatelli right there. Rather, that's Anthony Trucks, and there's that speed on the outside. What a great player Chris Mandarino has been for Jeff Tedford.
Bears knocking. Fumble! Picked up. Fumbled again. Don't know who got it.
Well, great hands by Marshawn Lynch. He just reached down, picked it up. Second time. This ball is not Ayoub's fault. That's Alex Mack in there for Marvin Phillip. And how cool and collected was Marshawn Lynch.
Unfortunately, couldn't get laced in time. He missed that last play.
He's back in the ball game now on second down and 14. And the little simple things are a problem sometimes in the game of football. Anthony Trucks gets that tackle.
It was a high-tech report from Todd of shoelace malfunction.
Little drop off to Lynch. Inside the 5. It'll be fourth down, and it'll be at the 4-yard line. They've got to go near the 1 to get their first down.
A big penalty that was.
On Schneider now for the field goal drive. This one is 21 yards. He's 6 out of 10 this season. Looks good. Arms up. It is good. The California Bears have fought back the tie at 10.
Yeah, both teams have made their share of mistakes. 2 interceptions thrown by Joe Ayoub, 1 by Dennis Dixon.
Mistakes not always are physical mistakes. Ball is kicked deep by Loney, the punter. Knocks it on into the end zone and beyond the field of play, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line.
That Aflac duck might be riding right inside that motorhome.
Yeah, he is a city duck, all right. 20-yard line. This is Whitehead. About 8 yards. There are your BCS standings presented by Allstate. Second down, long 3. Now they're going to run the ball. This is Jonathan Stewart. He's close to his first down.
And they just called timeout again. Actually, the clock stopped because it was a first down.
Yeah,
Cal
first down.
not calling timeout, but Oregon in no hurry. They get the opening kickoff to start the second half. Intent to go win tied, huh?
You can't carry over times out, so California, rather than give them any kind of an opportunity to put up a field goal try. That's Stewart getting to the outside. He pushed one bear out, then he goes out of bounds. He's close to a first down in a wet, cool weekend. And it ain't over. Let's see, and then just take it. Oh, hands it off to Stewart. And they get the big guy. He gets past the marker, but time has run out. All zeros on the scoreboard. And at halftime in Eugene, Oregon, it is a 10-10 tie between the Oregon Ducks, the home team, and the visiting California Bears. Big ball game. The winner of this one figures to be at least third in the Pac-10.
Coach, this is about what you expected.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty, and you know, we've had some balls on the ground and put ourselves in long yard situations. We've got to do a better job of trying to secure the football, get the running game going a little bit better.
I know you wanted to get confidence in your quarterback, Joe Ayub. How do you think he's playing?
Well, a little shaky right now. You know, in the second half, we just got to be smart. Throw the ball away when we need to throw the ball away, that type of thing. But he's fine. He's running the program just fine.
Thanks for your time.
All right, thanks.
Sports. Due to time constraints, we now move you ahead in the action.
With the quarterback Dixon, Stewart gets the ball, is almost tripped behind the line of scrimmage, and then is taken down very quickly by Mebane. It was Mebane who really disrupted the play, and the linebackers were able to get through to it.
Our IBM Star Watch will focus on Terrence Whitehead. Almost 100 yards rushing now. He came into the game averaging just under 4 yards a carry, so he's having a big game for the Ducks where they need it most. Control the ball on the ground, take pressure off the young quarterback Dennis Dixon.
Dixon gets some heat. They flush him. Got a block. And, well, he can move it all right. They've led on 2 previous occasions. Dixon pitches it out on an option play, and this will be Demetrius Williams. There's a penalty flag thrown.
Decision time. Illegal formation.
Illegal formation. Offense. 6 men on the line of scrimmage. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
Long is 51 yards. This one will be about 49 yards, and he does have the wind behind him. What there is right now, flags are pretty limp.
Brady Leaf will hold it. Did he get enough on it? Good. My goodness, he just squeezed it in.
Look out, Billy. Here it comes.
It was close. Boom.
That's keeping your eye on the ball, Billy.
Kickoff, 13-10. Oregon has the lead, and this is Marshawn Lynch. Ducks with pretty good coverage downfield. They'll take him down inside the 20, but wait for a dry day. Justin Forsett starts this half at tailback for California. Bouncing around, shook the first man. Goes into the muscle bit for a second and broke the tackle of J.D. Nelson and picks up about 3 or 4. Patrick Chung is the Oregon player shaken up on the field, and he's standing now.
Boy, he is so important to the secondary. Really a surprise as a redshirt freshman, second leading tackler for the Ducks. #1 tackler on special teams. Number 15 is Patrick Chung getting worked on the outside here. Craig Stevens, and then he runs into Justin Forsett. Not sure exactly how or what he did hurt.
Kind of went down on the point of the right shoulder, looked like, underneath, partly underneath the offensive player. Safety spot. Ball's on the 24-yard line. Now they'll make it the 23-yard line with 2nd down and 6. Joe Ayu stands up, better hurry, sack, ball loose. Oregon's got it. Anthony Trucks knocked it loose and covered the ball.
Anthony Trucks with his 9th sack of the year leads the Oregon Ducks, and he picks up his 2nd fumble recovery of the season. Check him out, number 84 right here, totally unblocked. He gets inside, gets by Justin Forsett, and drills Ayu between the 1 and the 8, and then picks up the ball. Quarterback's worst nightmare, but you can't hold the ball that long on its 3-step drop. It's either there or throw it away.
Brady Leaf is in at quarterback for the Ducks. Yep, that's the younger brother of Ryan Leaf. And this is Terrence Whitehead, touchdown. Ducks are jacked.
Well, they're getting great blocking from the tight end Tim Day and from wide receiver James Finley. There's day 85. Finley is 18, and now Oregon with an unusual swinging gate point after try here. Leaf is in the game, and now they'll shift back to the conventional set. The Rockettes, huh?
High snap. Kicks good, though. That was a good job by the holder, Leaf.
The Ducks capitalize on the turnover. One play behind solid blocking. Finley on the block on Mixon. Touchdown, Oregon.
Due to time constraints, we now move you ahead in the action.
Well, let's see. The load is on the back of 18, I would think, after the kind of day he's had to this point. He's seeking redemption.
A couple of interceptions in the first half and a crucial fumble to start the second half.
Ball is on the 32-yard line for this possession start. Ayuk dumps it off. Pass is thrown to Mandarino out of the backfield, and Chris is tripped up. This is Lynch getting to the outside. Oh, they don't find him until he's inside the 30-yard line and out of bounds at the 28, and it was a big block by Craig Stevens that sent him tracking down the sideline.
Only a sophomore. He's the total back. He can run between the tackles as he starts this play, makes guys miss, and then runs players over. Good stiff arm there on Gipson. And then not going the easy way out of bounds on that 26-yard gain.
Forsett in at tailback to give Lynch a breather. First down at the Oregon 28. Crowd trying to help their defense. This is Forsett looking to go outside, and he is about a half a step short of getting to that point where Darius Sanders and the Spates bring him down. Cal has been fighting back the whole game. Second down and 13. Ayuk's pass, he's got Jackson, and Jackson bangs into the defender and can't hold it. Spates made the hit on.
Fine throw by Ayuk. He's got a lot of time to throw after the semi-roll here. And this ball should have been caught by number 1, right through those gloves.
Oregon shows blitz, backs out of it.
Now there's the crowd again. False start on Scott Smith.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense number 52. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Ball back at the 36. They run it. And finally they stop Lynch at the 28-yard line, which was the starting line of scrimmage before the penalty and all those things. We haven't missed it either, thank you very much. Tom Schneider is now in for a 45-yard field goal try. Trying to get some points for the Bears. He's had a 21-yarder in the game. Oh, a lot of leg on this one. And he got it. Just hammered it.
The Oregon Ducks. And there was no question about this kick. Because the new rule where you cannot jump and land on your teammate or an opponent, field goal kickers are able to really drive the ball, not worry about getting it up on these long field goal tries. And that's exactly what Schneider did there. That 45-yarder went in by 10 yards.
A lot of points being scored, and this BCS business is part of the reason. Ball comes out to the 27-yard line. You don't dare ease up and play your reserves and take a 15 or 20-point win anymore. You got to hammer 27-yard line now as Dixon will go into center for this snap. And Whitehead behind him. And Whitehead gets the ball and gains a yard. Well, UCLA is the comeback team of the decade this year. Well, the words. Bears are getting after him along the defensive front. They're not giving you any open doors. And here's a moment with Todd.
Well, Keith, I want to introduce you to two great parents. This is Dwight and Shelley Williams. They are the parents of Demetrius Williams, who made that spectacular catch in the Ducks last series. These are the people behind the players that get their kids to the school, that get the kids focusing on the grades. He's a pretty good athlete. His dad told me he's even better in basketball and baseball. And he told us in interviews the other day that you've only missed a handful of his games since he started playing football.
That's pretty much the case of when we got here at Oregon, we've only missed one game. We missed Washington State his freshman year, and that's been it.
You didn't want to go to Pullman?
No, we couldn't get a flight out.
Oh, some excuse.
Talk to us a little bit about his focus, because he's wanting me to tell you he is going to graduate on time as they come this way again this time. He's going to graduate on time. What was it about Oregon that thought your son would be a good fit here?
He went to De La Salle High School in California, and it was a school based on academics, discipline, college preparatory, that type of thing. And so when he was being recruited by all the colleges, he had some criteria he was looking for as to where he was going to go to school. He wanted to get away from home, which he did. He wanted to go to a school that had that offered the same type of campus environment that De La Salle did as a college preparatory school. And then he also wanted to be close enough for Dad to keep coming to the games.
Well, we congratulate you on doing a great job of raising your son, and thanks for being here in the weather with us.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
That's Dwight Shelley Williams, Keith.
Thank you, Todd. Fun to see Mom and Dad. That's so important, too, that a young fella goes to, if you're going to be an athlete or be in the public spotlight like these people are these days, as Oregon goes to the punt. It's a nice thing if it's close enough so that at least the parents can come see most of their game. Ball takes a bounce back up the field, and a scramble, and it's California ball. I thought for a minute Bear had touched it and Oregon got away with it, but the official was right there, the back judge, and said, no, sirree, it's going that way.
Ruling on the field
Gary LaFleur
is that the receiving team did not touch the ball while it was loose. First down.
Well, let's see if the receiving team, Cal, did not touch this ball while it was loose. Right side of the screen, you're going to see number 44, Pertz, come in.
Jumped over it.
There's Pertz right there.
Here's where the man.
And you know what? I don't think he did touch it. That's a great call.
Is it? That was the one they were looking at, but it looked like he pulled his hands out of it.
Yeah, watch the ball right here. Now Pertz from the left side of the screen. He came real close to touching it, but the amazing thing is B is the back judge. That's Gary LaFleur's. How can he see? How can he make this call? He's blocked out of the call by Pertz.
No, not entirely. But it's
And here is Marshawn Lynch stopping and restarting, and he picked up almost 6 yards. 2nd and 4. When you're hot, you're hot. There he goes. Foot race. Lynch wins. Touchdown. No flags. Give Eric Robertson credit on that one for the big block that sent him on his way. 52 yards.
And Tedford said the Bears had to be patient with the run. This is why. He can go the distance at any time. One little crack, one missed tackle by Tuatele. Forget about it.
For the point to tie the game again. Good. So this is the 3rd tie, right? He's hardly breathing hard. The Pac-10 has 6 bowl games available to them. If the Pac-10 champion winds up 1st or 2nd, as you know, in the BCS rankings, they will go play in this year in the Rose Bowl, but that's a BCS championship game. If the champion does not get into that BCS championship game, then the champion would go to the Fiesta Bowl. That's one part of that scenario. Goes on and on. From the 4-yard line, this is Jeremiah Johnson. And he comes back out to around the 20. And that's where we will start. The ball is about the 22-yard line. And Dixon back. Looks down the middle, throws deep down the middle, and too deep. Demetrius Williams was on a crossing pattern. 3 wide receivers down at the bottom, as you see. One of them's Williams. Dixon pulls it down, takes off. Ooh, took a lick too, boy.
A tradition of courage, a tradition of character, a tradition of champions. Year after year, the student athletes of the Pacific 10 Conference display excellence, not only in the arena of competition, they go on to excel in the arena of life. 10 distinguished institutions with opportunities for higher learning as vast as the Pacific itself. Be a part of a great tradition, the Pacific 10 Conference, the Conference of Champions.
The final quarter is at hand. When long time ago, when the day first started, it was thought that the last mistake might lose. Still applies. 20-20 tie. Oregon has the ball, and Brady Leaf is the quarterback. No, it's not Leaf, it's Dixon. This is Dixon slipping away and diving across the 30 and comes up with about 9 yards on that play.
Ball knocked out of his hands as he's looking down the field. The pressure coming right there. Like Philip Mbaku. There's the bounce and the dive. Good thing he's got big hands. Yeah, there they are right there. They came in handy that time. This is key to throwing a wet ball, too, is to be able to wrap those fingers and sink the ball a little bit farther into the palm of your hand. Kellen Clemens on the sidelines.
Short of the first down. Short by half a yard, maybe. You don't want to give California a shot at it, boy. You got to get it out of there, and they're going to punt it. Microphone going away.
Well, Keith, while your microphone is being repaired, you can see Demetrius Williams talking to Kellen Clemens on the sidelines. 4th and inches now, and Dragic will come in for another punt. Mixon is back at his 33-yard line. And this is a nice high spiral by Dragic. Best punt in a long time. Fair catch called, and the Bears will take over at about the 29-yard.
I was trying to beat the traffic.
Yeah, California. Had to lock that door to keep you in this box.
California's ball, first down at the 29-yard line, and Justin Forsett is the deep back now as we start this possession for the Bears. Oregon defense held up very well. AU lets it go deep downfield, and it's just beyond Deshaun Jackson. And the winner of this ball game would seem to be on their way to perhaps the Sun Bowl. I think both these teams may wind up in a bowl, but the winner will go to the higher rated bowl. And this is Forsett looking for some daylight and got about 4 yards worth.
Take a look at the Pac-10 standings. You can see just how important this game is. Both these teams battling for the higher payoff in the bowl games.
Marshawn Lynch is back out there. Ayub throws it, batted right back in his face.
Bellotti Nata one more time. Basketball player rejecting a layup on that one. Didn't get off the line of scrimmage at all, but kept his eyes on the quarterback. Check out big number 96 with the left hand. I mean, that's getting up in the air. That's pulling 340 out away from gravity. 9 tackles for Nata, 2 batted passes.
Ducks almost jump into the neutral zone. Now they peel off to help the return. The ball bounces in front of their return man, Tennessee, and Tennessee is brought down right about where he caught it. We got a 20-20 tie between Oregon and California with 13:26 to play in the ball game, and we're playing in relatively tame conditions. The forecast was for bad weather this afternoon, but we've escaped most of that. It's damp, and there's some wind, but nothing severe. And Brady Leaf is in the ball game for this series at quarterback. Throws it out. That's Whitehead. Whitehead is big All the way to the 40, up to the 44 before they take him out. And Desmond Bishop, the middle linebacker, had to come help do that.
To the outside, number 24, the third leading receiver of the Ducks this season. And that's saying a lot out of that running back position.
He makes those little subtle moves that frees him from tackles. He's very good.
Yeah, he's not a real speed burner, but he's got great moves.
Yep. From the 44. We've seen some pretty good defense here today, and from two teams that don't always play the best defense, but today they have.
This is where you earn your stripes as a young quarterback.
Jonathan Stewart, who's already shown us he knows how to block. He's in there as the protector. Or does he slide out and take the ball? He's got the ball, and he makes his cut. So he's shown his range, and here's that shield again. Flag and a whistle.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense number 19. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Oh, beauty. 8-yard line. Tim Mixon. Still going. Now he's got a little problem. He got away from him, and then he steps out of bounds.
Now, this has been the afternoon for Marshawn Lynch. Kind of bottled up in the first half against this Oregon defense. Just 61 yards on 13 carries. Different story in the second half as he is broken loose. 99 yards on 6 carries, including this long touchdown run. 160 yards for Lynch. That ties a career high.
And he's got it again. But he won't pick up much here. Maybe a yard as 3 Ducks jumped in. Mandarino and 2 wideouts up there. That's Jackson going way out. That spreads the defensive side of the ball, and Ayoub's going for him again. Intercepted on the ricochet. Blair Phillips caught the ricochet.
Deshaun Jackson still doesn't have a catch today because of tight coverage and great reaction by number 5, Aaron Gipson. It's a hook route for Jackson. Just going to go down about 10 yards, turn to the inside. Ball's on the way, but so is Gipson. He's going to hit him right in the back. I don't know why Jackson jumps up in the air. Ball was not thrown high, but what reaction by Blair Phillips as this ball stays up in the air for an eternity. And Oregon pulls in their 3rd pick of the day.
Big moment right here for the Ducks. They're on the 35-yard line. Down on his knees, Cameron Colvin makes the catch at the 45-yard line.
And now this is a hook route that's thrown low, and Colvin's going to have to go way down to get this one. But he does a nice job of cradling it, keeping it off the ground, and absorbing the hit by Desmond Bishop.
Whitehead. There you go. Bears get him after 3. Flag down.
Prior to the snap, false start.
Oh, we've had a lot of those today, haven't we?
5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Yeah, I think all of Oregon's penalties have been false starts.
2nd down, 12. Dixon flushed. Now he's got some room. Dives. That's the tail end of the marker there, Dennis. 3rd and 9 now for the Ducks. Rolling around. It's going to go dead at about the 23, 24-yard line of California. California gets the ball, and it starts to rain. Mandarino is the man in motion. Ball is handed away to Marshawn Lynch. And number 33 has a piece of him before he can get started. That's Blair Phillips. 2nd down and 10. Lynch pounding at the right side, and Oregon's all over him. They're following him every step.
That's been a rough afternoon for young Joe Ayuk. This interception cost his team when they had good field position. Thrown 3 today. This third one, after his fumble that Oregon cashed in, was not his fault. And Oregon has not been able to take advantage of 4 turnovers. They've only turned them into 7 points. Cal just 1 of 9 converting on third down, Keith.
20-20 tie. Crowd is up and roaring. The ball is away. It is completed to the tight end, Craig Stevens, and he's got a first down.
Watch as he gets a good pocket here from his offensive line, but his feet are calm, and he just puts that ball right on the 82 of Craig Stevens.
Just outside the 40-yard line.
Oh, yeah, and you got to take a hit, too.
Sacked. Anthony Trucks.
There he comes. Gets around Mandarino. Ayuk doing a good job hanging on to that ball.
2nd and 12. Forsett in the backfield. That's Hawkins, who's been quiet today. In motion. Forsett bounces outside. Got past. No. It's Mandarino.
Watch this fake. It appeared that Forsett was going to take this ball to the outside here, but then there is Mandarino after the fake. And nobody is near number 27, who makes a great catch.
And they're looking at 3rd down and 4. He's still fighting, and it looks like they're going to mark him about a yard short.
Just a speed option with Mandarino, the lead blocker there on Trucks. But it's Darius Sanders, the first guy, and then a bunch of ducks flying in there.
Do they go? No. Here comes Lummy. Big kick, high, deep. Doesn't get to it. No. Tumbled into the end zone. And they're going to bring it out to the 20. It's a touchback. Devoted and devout.
And drenched.
And drenched.
And it's coming down harder.
It is really raining now. Brady Leaf is back in there at quarterback for Oregon. A 20-20 tie with 4:06 to play. Field position. They start this at the 20-yard line. He throws downfield. Did he catch that ball?
I tell you, Finley's had a great day blocking. Now he looks like he might have pulled a hamstring or a calf muscle, but this is an outstanding catch. Just when his team needed it the most on 1st down, back to the 20-yard line. Watch Leaf put it on a line, and then watch Finley go up and get it. As he's falling, he might have pulled a muscle as he started to dive for that ball.
We're inside 4 minutes now. 3:41, and there's a penalty flag. Came out of the umpire's pocket.
Dead ball. Illegal snap. Offense number 55. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
See, Keith, they have to adjust to now another signal caller. Leaf calls the snap differently than Dixon, and they both do it differently than Clemens. So even that time they fooled their center, Anoka Lucas, with the snap count.
1st down and 15. Little shovel pass. It goes to Whitehead. Whitehead has speed to get around that defensive lineman and gets to the marker for another 1st down at near midfield.
Well, I like this play selection by Gary Croton. He rolled Leaf out on the previous play, and now this one, that shovel pass inside, very similar to a draw play, perfectly executed. Look at Whitehead 24. And then he's going to outrun Philip Mbaku, number 99 right there, get out of bounds, but not before he picks up a 1st down.
He's out. Stewart in. Dixon's pass thrown behind. Finley. Leaf shopping. Now throws short. Pass complete. Caught by Day, the tight end. Day fights it. And will be a yard short of the first down.
He had great time to throw, did not force the ball down the field, and found his tight end, number 85, on the crossing route. That's reading the defense. And then check out this effort by Day to set up a third down in less than a yard for the Ducks.
What a defensive play that was. That's Bishop, Desmond Bishop, flying through, takes down Terrence Whitehead back at the 46-yard line.
Boy, you got a half a yard and you decide to go wide. Check out the play here by Bishop, drilling Whitehead 4 yards deep in the backfield.
And you got a timeout call by California.
Boy, they're going to go back and look at that play selection and shake their head.
They're trying to get some time put back on the clock. It's 2:07 to go according to the clock. Moment with Todd.
Well, Keith, I just spoke with Kellen Clemens moments ago, and he said these are the kind of games that he hates the most. These are the kind of games that he'd want to be in right now. With 2:07 on the clock and a chance for the Ducks to drive, Kellen said he wants to be in there. Kellen, now that I've got you off headset, you're doing your job. What do you tell your quarterbacks?
Just stick in there. We just had some success. We're moving the ball. There's a couple of things that we can still do better, but it's a great drive. We're battling a little bit of the wind right now in the passing game. Our defense is carrying us. Just stay in there. Defense gets another stop. We'll have another shot at it. And if not, let's go win this thing in OT.
Coach Kellen Clemens, Keith.
Yeah, he ain't playing. See, he sounds just like a coach. He's already talking like a coach. High, floating kick, fair catch. Now the wind is swirling around. I can't tell where it's coming from anymore. It came from the east a goodly portion of the day, but I think it switched around a bit, maybe even to the north. Marshawn Lynch is the deep back. Lavelle Hawkins is the man in motion. Ayub keeps it, getting some pressure, throws the ball right through the hands of Marshawn Lynch.
Working out here against Big Ryan O'Callahan. Long thought he was held here, and good job by O'Callahan getting his hands off it long before the pass was thrown.
Second down and 10. Crowd roaring at that end of the stadium. Ball goes to Lynch. Oh, look at this guy truck. All the way across the 40 and up to about the 44-yard line. A minute and 43 seconds to play in the ball game. First down, California.
Now this is what J.J. Arrington did to Oregon last year. Just gashed them with runs right up the middle. 31 yards this time. Ball was pulled loose, but Lynch got it on his way down. 6 yards away from 200 yards.
Schneider's best of the year, 49 yards. Justin Forsett is on the field right now. They've got 3 wideouts at the top. They send Deshaun Jackson way wide. He's still looking for his first catch. Ayuk gets away. The ball is thrown as far as he can throw it. A fight for it. And it's incomplete. Away anyway.
Well, this just shows you how strong Joe Ayuk is, because this is not with the left hand, can't bring him down. And now it's the jump ball. Great coverage by Gipson with a little shove there to size up the receiver. A little hand on the back there. Oh, I tell you what, little home cooking here in Eugene.
That had all the looks of a foul to me.
Had a couple of fouls.
Yeah. Well, weren't called, so be it. This is Forsett. Thrown out of bounds. Third down and 2, and Lynch is there. No. They throw it down the field. He's got a man wide open, and he can't get it. Deshaun Jackson, there's the flag.
Because from the right side of the screen, you're going to see Jackson come free right there. Number 1, look at how much ground Finney makes up to save that touchdown.
Yeah.
That was pretty good timing, but I think Cal had one coming. They didn't call it on the previous play. This time they get Finley. And in college football, you can face guard. You just can't make contact before the ball gets there.
The 33-yard line. Jordan and LaBelle Hawkins are wide to the top of the picture. 1:01 to play in the ball game. They're getting within Schneider's range. They're running it here. Marshawn Lynch is brought down back at the 40-yard line. Back at the 40, it was Toena who got him by the coattail and wouldn't turn him loose.
And Cal has 2 timeouts. It'll be interesting to see when Tedford chooses to use those timeouts. This is a huge loss, though, for Lynch. Darius Sanders is there. Toena hanging on. And then a lot of his buddies dropping Lynch for a big loss.
7 yards.
That's one of those plays where Lynch is his own worst enemy, fighting for extra yards, actually lost extra yards.
There's your shovel pass and nothing.
Watch this play by number 45, right in the middle of the screen here. As he just knew that shovel pass was coming, and the Bears are going backwards. They now have used their final timeout of the game.
They came in 6-2. Oregon 7-1. Ayuk steps up, gets some heat now. Now he's got to deliver it. No, he ran through the pack and got out of there. And now he goes down at about the 37-yard line, and time clock running. They can't stop the clock. 10 seconds. 9, 8. Schneider is out on the field. 6, 5, 4. They're going to give him a shot. 2, 1. Snap it. Ball is up. It's on the way. It's no good. So we are going to overtime in Eugene, Oregon. A 20-20 tie between California and Oregon, an ABC Sports presentation of college football. Now the procedure for the overtime. It's been a carefully crafted grouping of words. No sudden death. The teams will get equal possessions. The offense begins on the opponent's 25-yard line. That process is repeated until the tie is broken, starting in a third overtime. However, teams must go for a 2-point conversion.
And normally what happens is the team that wins the coin toss will elect to go on defense. So they know when they get the ball on offense what they need, either a field goal or a touchdown. Interesting for Oregon is which quarterback will they use? Brady Leaf or Dennis Dixon?
I think Leaf has improved his stock today, don't you?
I definitely think so. Dixon has struggled a little bit here in the second half. That high snap may have thrown Schneider off just a little bit, but this one just misses the left upright by that much. Add the distance.
Let's go.
Miss was 53.
Okay.
He wasn't missed on
We're going to go ahead and choice it, toss the coin just as we do to begin the regular game. The winner gets their choice of offense or defense or the end of the field.
We're waiting until we get through the process here, and then we'll
offense, defense,
put it on the 25-yard line.
Okay, Cal, you're
Somebody
the
will make a decision as to play offense or defense, and
your call is
see what happens.
Heads. Heads. You won the toss.
We want defense.
Okay. Which end of the field do you want to play at? Which end do you want to play at?
No, you can't look back. There's no go back.
Play at that end.
Didn't quite get all the instructions when they left the sidelines.
You already said it. You already chose this. All right. I want. You chose defense. I want you guys on defense.
That's exactly what we wanted.
Cal has won the toss and elected to go on defense. We will put the ball in play at the 25-yard line. Oregon on offense at the south end of the field.
Okay, those are the rules, and we're going to go play OT after this. We're back, John, just in time to get the first snap of the overtime period. Oregon's ball. The ball is given away on the run to Whitehead, and he bangs in and gets nothing, maybe a half a yard. But it just wasn't any give at all defensively as he stuck his head in the pile.
And the fear in overtime is here you start out on the 25. If you don't get anything and you get sacked on a play, you potentially will take your field goal kicker out of field goal range. So a play on first down that gains absolutely nothing or a half a yard is the worst thing that Bellotti could see.
Brady Leaf is your quarterback. So his stock rising. Throws the ball into the middle of the field. The catch is made by Tim Day, the tight end. Fight for it down at the 16. Tackle is finally made.
Well, the last time Tim Day caught a pass, he struggled and fought and got the ball within a yard of a first down on third down. This time he does the same thing, but Oregon back then ran a wide play that was stuffed for a 4 or 5 yard loss. Let's see what Bellotti and Gary Croton come up with on this 3rd and short. It says 3rd and 1, but it's about 3rd and almost 2, don't you think?
Yep, I do. Leaf throw, completes it, gets a first down. Finley make the catch.
All right, so you talk about a guy stock throwing with it. How about the confidence that the coach has in young Brady Leaf? 3rd and 2, and he fires one over the middle. Gets man-to-man coverage for Finley, and that ball is perfectly thrown right on the numbers. Huge throw by Brady Leaf.
First and goal. Leaf looking around, a little shovel pass. Goes inside the 5 with Whitehead carrying.
Been a big day for number 10, both Marshawn Lynch and the middle linebacker, Desmond Bishop. Watch this tackle. If Bishop doesn't make this tackle, Whitehead's in the end zone. Just got enough to bring him down at the 5 or 4 yard line.
Now Leaf goes under center. Throws again. Fade. Corner of the end zone. Williams too high. Mixon covering. And Demetrius Williams had him on his hip. Trying to get something. They're this close. Whitehead is way up at the top of your picture. On 3rd down, Leaf throws into the end zone. Touchdown! Finley! Not sudden death. California gets the ball.
What an afternoon for James Finley. 6 catches, not for a lot of yards, but oh, the importance of the last 2.
Martinez.
And this is something he struggled at, kicking simple PATs this season. He's missed 4.
Good.
Oh.
27-20. Oregon scores and converts the point. Now California will get the football at the 25-yard line.
And they converted twice on 3rd down. What a cool and composed young quarterback and a tough receiver. Finley at 6'2", 200 pounds. Leaf knows after he let it go and took the hit, he's got himself a touchdown. And that is Brady Leaf's first touchdown as an Oregon Duck quarterback. Welcome to the club. This is a great thing about the college overtime rules too, Keith. Both teams have equal shot at it. It's not sudden death, but it could be for Cal if they don't match that touchdown.
They run it with Lynch. And the Ducks get him after 2. The first contact on Lynch from Nata.
Such a battle up front between Nata and his cousin Marvin Phillip. Nata's had an outstanding day. Missed practice on Thursday. Could only go through the walkthrough practice yesterday, but he has been such a force in the middle of the Oregon defense.
Jordan has come off the field, and David Gray has gone in, a tight end. Double tight end now. Lynch goes wide. Top of the picture. Ayuk throws, and it is incomplete. Jackson had gone into the end zone, and Ayuk read it on an out, but give him credit, he got the ball away, but only an eye blink before Blair Phillips flattened it.
Yeah, Phillips on a blitz from his middle linebacker position. He's going to come in late here from the right side of the screen, and he hits Ayuk right in the ribs, forcing that ball off target.
Jordan is back at wideout.
It's 3rd and 8, but really in this overtime, they've got 2 shots at picking up this first down.
Jordan and Jackson come to the bottom of your picture now. When we go wide, you'll see them. See them down there? That's the speed in the California offense right there. Jordan going back toward the ball. Now they're close together. Ayuk back, has time, throws. And it's for Jordan into the corner of the end zone, and there was no chance for him to catch that ball. The coverage was by Gipson, and Gipson was all over it.
And Gipson's a guy that in his career at Oregon has been picked on sometimes unmercifully. But as a senior, he has improved his game, and his coverage couldn't have been any better than it was that time. Here's your sudden death. Maybe.
4th down and 8. And time called by California. They each get 1. The winner of this game, if it's Oregon, could actually wind up sharing the conference championship. There are the standings. The Ducks come in at 4-1 in the conference, 7-1 overall. USC and UCLA are the only unbeatens. They play December 3rd. USC goes to Berkeley next week against California.
And UCLA is going to need another one of those miracles to pull out this one against Arizona as they trail 21-0.
Wow. They've stood around and watched the law several times and they come back with miracles. You know, you're only allowed so many miracles in one lifetime, right?
So I'm told.
Ain't no cat. They call him a Bruin.
Deshaun Jackson still without a catch this entire ball game.
4th and 8. Oregon wins in overtime. Lynch is a wideout at the top. Down the middle. Oh my goodness. He had his man David Gray wide open down the middle and missed him. He threw it too high, and the Oregon Ducks rejoice. They have defeated California in overtime 27-20.
The definition of wide open is David Gray. Ayuk rushes the throw, throws it high, and it's happy time in Duck Valley.
Somebody go over there and tie him down to his chair now. He's going to float right out of here.
Good pass protection for Ayuk. Look at number 4 right down in the middle of the field. He kind of stopped running. He was so wide open. Ball thrown high and over the top of his head. And so it goes for young Joe Ayuk.
If he throws the ball to Gray, Gray scores.
No question he scores. And we're still playing.
Well, it was the kind of a battle, and like we started the day, the last mistake lost. Here's Todd Harris with the winning coach.
Coach, one of those games you dream of. Kellen Clemens isn't able to play. You go with 2 quarterbacks. What was the key to the victory today?
Well, poised, great play by our defense down the stretch. Offensively, you know, Brady Leaf came in that last series and made a difference for us. It was good. Dennis Dixon did some good things early. That's a team victory. It's a fan victory. A lot of excitement here.
You talked to Coach Tedford, who you know so well, as he came out the field. What did you tell him?
I told him that it's a shame somebody had to lose. I'm happy that we won, obviously. Hope we're all healthy and just keep going. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Congratulations.
Thank you.